To be completely honest, I am shocked. I'm absolutely shocked that came out. And what happened, and the reason it was stuck, is I don't know if you can tell, this little son of a whore was bent. So it wedged itself in there. Now, yeah, obviously you can see rust there. You can see a worn front panel. So this front is being changed for a new one. And in order to do that, I've got to take that bolt out and that bolt out. But the fender's in the fucking way. So, the option is we could pull the fender off, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 screws to come out, and a lot of things that come out of adjustment by doing that. Like out of their place. So, fenders, great and all. Suck dick when it comes to having to maintenance your truck. Put my cigarette out, be YouTube friendly here. Don't smoke, kids. I need to find my other tool. There it is. Oh, that's a 2.5. I need the 2. I mean, I have a 2 right here. I can kind of... I mean, look, this is the problem. Now, I mean... Just drill a hole in it. But then shit would get in it. That's a problem. And then, if you look at this, if you can, if I can get a fucking focused shot of it, it's stripped. I need to replace that. With what, though? I don't think I have one that long. I probably do. I'm just bitching for no reason. Yeah, so, a part of the stupid things I'm talking about, because it's stripped, I can't get to it. I have to sit here with this. Kind of... carefully, if I can. I was getting it while I wasn't on video. At an awkward angle, grab that, turn. Grab, ooh, don't grab too far, because if I grab down there, it messes that up. I mean, like you can see, it's already kind of starting to. And I don't want to have to replace a bunch of links when I do this. I mean, of course, I could just nip that off, pull the bar out, and then get an actual pair of pliers on there. Or, I mean, I could grab this tiny bolt with these big pliers if I could get a hold of it. Yeah, that ain't working. Let's try with the smaller pliers. Alright, get it in there. Ouch, don't put your thumb right there. That's actually turning it. Okay, so I'm going to pause and wrench that bolt out with this. I'll be back. Okay, so we've gotten it out. I've gotten a replacement bolt in there. We did mess that up a little bit where it's kind of... yeah, it's kind of messed up, but I got a new bolt in there, new hardware. Where's the old hardware? What did I do with it? I think I just tossed it, didn't I? Nope, I tossed it in a bucket. Yeah, this is toast. Toast. That's an original hardware. That's the hardware I got with it about a year ago, and I've had to take this apart a couple of times to service it, so. That's cool. Where the hell did that just land? I just tossed that straight into my bolt bucket. Nice. Now, this, luckily, this one isn't stripped, and it's a lot shorter, so I should be able to, if I can find it. Oh, hello. Where did it go? I had a small Allen key. There it is. There it is. So with this, even with this pretty much stripped bit, which I might just be able to... yeah, hold on. Alright, so top bottom out. Now this should just easy. Now we can inspect for damage and verify, hey, look, that's not the problem. This, at least this side's not the problem, because that is as easy and smooth as can be. But the diff still has a weird stiffness to it, so that tells me it's the portal on that side that needs the service, but we're doing the full service on this. Next is pulling this off and replacing it with a Traxxas plastic brand new one. So, I'll be back. Well, also, I'm going to pull this cover off. Pull that off, pull the bearings out, pull everything out, change it. I'm probably going to swap that shaft, maybe for a longer one. I don't know, it's going to be a Traxxas one, so. I'm just trying to put as many high-quality Traxxas parts in this truck as possible. Yeah, this isn't the truck I had to do some weird shit, right? Pretty sure this isn't the truck I had to do some weird shit to get one of these to work. No, that looks all OE. Original, fine. Okay, I'll be back. So first off, here are the parts we will be replacing. We'll be putting new covers on. New covers, because this cover worn out. We're putting new covers on. We're going to, I have some other worn out ones, not putting those on. We're going to be putting the brand new C-hubs on. Brand spanking new, we're going to put those on. And I might throw these on. I don't know. These are for the 4 links, but we're definitely running these instead of this. They look like very similar, but they are very dissimilar in that this one probably not as strong as this one. And this one doesn't have bent shafts. This one does. So, yeah. There's that. So we'll be putting this on there. As I get inside of there, I'm going to swap it out for this. I don't know if this is any longer, any shorter. I don't know if this is just a stock replacement. I don't know if this is an extender. But I do know it's going on. And it's going on my truck. So, yeah, let's get the parts that I'm putting on here. We're on the left side, so we don't need that. Here we are. You see the L right there. Kind of. It's left, so let you know left side. And like I was telling you earlier, see, now I actually have some tilts to it. Before it was sitting dead straight, now it's tilted a little. Which to me doesn't seem like a smart idea, because then this is the lowest thing, and then my drive shaft's going to be whacking stuff. But I've seen everybody else's TRX-4 set up with the front end raked like that. Not raked like straight, but raked sideways. So that's what I'm running. And first off, we're going to swap that over. And then I'll show you that swapped over. I've got to do a couple of checks. Got to make sure my little bearing bushings are the same size as that. Got to make sure the holes line up. I'm pretty sure it'll all work. It's Endura and Traxxas. Endura just blueprinted Traxxas' stuff. I mean, like, you can see a clear difference in the quality of the plastic. There's like a clear and obvious difference in the quality of the plastic. Like that. I mean, it's pretty good, but Traxxas plastic better. Anyways, I've got all 4 of these. So I might run around all 4 corners and put these in. What if they're the exact same size as what I got? I will only just replace the fronts, because I'm pulling the fronts apart. And I'm doing this to the front and this to the front. And I'm also putting these on so my front end becomes serviceable again. Haha. I will be back after all of that is done. So I just noticed my first difference between Traxxas and Endura. This is raked differently. If you look at that, that's not quite straight. But if you look at this one, tight fit, almost perfect. Not quite straight, but more straight than that. It's a different angle. So when you put this on, You get stupid rake, so I'll have to fix that, but that's okay. That's okay. That lets me know that these were potentially causing me steering and performance problems because they're raked at a weird angle. Not what the truck is intended for. Or at least how I've built the truck to this point is intended for. Because factory Endura, I'm sure that works out perfectly. But it's not factory Endura. It's basically Endura axles and chassis rails with Traxxas everything else. Besides motor plate, besides upgrades. So that's crazy, because this one sits like, you know, like that. And then that one's just wham! There you go, there's the bolt holes lined up. There's the bolt holes lined up, and that's how much the difference is. That's a big difference. It don't look like it. Like if you just lay these parts side by side, I mean, unless you got a good eye, you couldn't tell there's something going on there. I mean, I can tell. That's interesting. Endura parts away. Traxxas part on. Put the screw in. And I'll be back once this is apart. Okay, so I just pulled the last bolt out of this. I've already pulled it apart, but I figured I'd do it on video for y'all. Show you how it comes apart. That part stays in unless you take that apart and pull it out, which I'm leaving that in because there's no reason to take it out. And we got this. Most definitely needs some more grease. She's pretty much dry on grease, but should be able to just push that out. There we go. There we go. And then that little pin right there. That is a tiny pin. Oh my goodness, it's a broken pin. Bro, my front end's been driving on a hope and a dream. I broke a pin up front. Well, shit. That might be... not might be. That is a problem. Alright, drop it out. Check that out. Boom. I need to pull both bearings and put both bearings in here. But from what I can see, the housings are pretty much identical. Except that one's worn out and that one's brand new. Kind of match this because this one isn't that beat up or that worn out. So yeah, let me pop bearings. Let's check. That bearing feels good. That feels good. I check it as if, ooh, hello. There's a shimmin in there. It's kind of important. Where'd it go? There it is. Let's get that. Oh, come on. Fucker, where'd you go? Where'd the shim go? Where is it? Oh, it's stuck to my finger. There we go. There, get off my finger. Alright, we gotta pop these bearings out. Check them. They don't feel healthy. That one doesn't, at least. Alright, I'll be back. You'll notice the setup's changed a little bit. I got in here. I didn't get the setup right. I got in here, realized a couple of things. I don't remember what I left off on. The bearing that was inside of the original cover right there was seized. I replaced that with one that's, you know, not seized. I don't know if you can tell, but you see that inner ring moving. It's not seized. I was looking for my Vaseline, because kind of need that. This is the old shaft. She's showing signs of seized bearing and wear. But the craziest thing is the little, here, let me try to clean it off my fingers a little bit. The little cross pin that goes in this back half. You see it right there? Broken 2 fucking pieces. I was driving on that. That's dangerous, because that, well, it can't really fall out once it's assembled, but still. I replaced that, brand new one. Not even a used one, an actually brand new one. How about that? Oh shit, hold on. There we go. But yeah, did that. The rear bearing's good, so we can take this, drop it into its housing after we make sure everything's clean. There's not a bunch of excess water in there. Boom, right there. Feels nice and smooth. And it has Loctite for me. Look at that. Just putting factory parts back on. So this needs some grease. So I gotta find my grease. It is somewhere in the mess of my room, and I shall find it. That's basically, I cleaned all this up basically because I was getting frustrated because I was working on that much of an entire fucking. It's a mirror, by the way. Yeah, look, it's a mirror. I don't know if that shows it, but it's a mirror, and it's just upside down on top of a dog cage. That's my workbench because this nice tabletop I decided to use as my computer desk instead of a workbench. Good and bad idea, because I mean I already had a perfectly good computer desk, but this was just taking up so much fucking room in my room. Also, it's got a beautiful bow in it. Touches. Got a beautiful bow in it. Anyways, that's besides the point. The point is, now I need to find grease so I can grease this, so I'll be back. Alright, so I found my grease. And this is how I pack it, because this Vaseline runs into liquid really quickly, and kind of runs out of these things pretty decently fast, so I overstuff them, like, to where the part's kind of folded. I need to do the back half of that, because that's completely dry back there. Well, good thing it fell out then. Hey, look at that. Anyways, yeah, I just super grease them. Make sure the gears, the teeth are full of it. Behind it's full of it. I just want to make sure. Because my thought process is, if there's enough grease in there, it don't matter if water can get in. It's full of grease. There's no room for water. So if there's no room for stuff to come in, then it can't come in. I know that doesn't actually work like that, but that's the logic. That's worked for me so far. You can do whatever you want. This is how I grease them. Alright, so I sequence these bolts. I go this one, flip it over, that one. See, that's diagonal. And then I come back, do that one, and that one. And then the other four don't really matter, but I go boom, 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 boom afterwards. I sequence it down because I don't know if it's supposed to be, but in mechanics and stuff like this with like shafts that have to be at a certain angle to not bind and gears and shit, you got to sequence that cover down, otherwise you'll break some shit. But it's plastic. I doubt it will, but I do it anyways. Good practice. And it is a bit difficult to roll over. I know that doesn't really translate on camera, but it is a little difficult to roll over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook my drill up to there and run it in, because I just put new grease and a new bearing in there. It needs to be broken, and like I said, don't have a battery for that, nor am I about to put all this back together to just break in a little thing. And it should be just super simple. There we go. Should just be super simple, but there we go. That's what we're looking at right now. Way too much fucking angle, but that's okay. It will get corrected. It shall be corrected. Hey, look at that. That could probably go in there now, but no, it's not. There we go. Alright. I'll be back after this is broken and this side is assembled. So, boom, yeah. Alright, she's back together. This side at least. And now let's do the same on the other side. It's the exact same thing, so I'm not going to record any of it. I will come back when I'm done and let you know how it feels. Already 10 times better. Still got something funky going on, but I got a suspicion. Bearings were locked up in this, and there was no grease in that hub. I got a suspicion that other side looks the same. So I'll be back once that's done and let you know how it is. Alright, I've got everything apart. I know I said I'd come back after I was done, but I just wanted to point out something. I can't replace this front housing because that is completely stripped. I need to get a stripped retrieval bit set for something that small. So, I mean, looking at it, it looks healthy. That bearing, I mean, definitely don't spin free. That's for damn sure. But this housing also doesn't look nearly as blown out as the other one, so maybe I was just having issues on that side because the bearing was locked up, and it just felt funny. Because as soon as I put it back together and rolled it, it felt so much smoother. So I'll just grease the shit out of this and run it in with my drill to self-lubricate these bearings because they're full of water. And yeah, still got to replace that. Haven't done that, but I just wanted to state that because brand new cover. Can't fucking use it because things messed up, and I don't have that gear and the bearing inside of there, the two bearings inside of there. If I could get that gear and the two bearings out, I have the shaft and everything else I need to use this cover. Instead of that, I could just leave that attached and not worry about it. But I can't, so this not getting put on. But this is definitely seen some better days. I mean, like, that's an oval now. That is not a perfect circle anymore. Neither is the top. There, it's this part tic-tacs in between it, and this is brand new, so it should be decently tighter. All right, put that down there, and I'll get this on there. Oh, come on, don't be a bastard. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, okay, I'm just being stupid. There you go, got that on. I kind of wanted to clean that out some, but it's whatever at this point, honestly. Honestly, I just pack some WD in there and shove the axle in and call it a fucking day. Did I say pack some WD? Pack some Vaseline. I usually spray them down with WD after I run them in water, but clearly, as you can see, I have not WD'd this thing since last time I ran it in the water. Which is why I'm doing this to the front end, because I was worried about my front end before. My rear end is fully serviced, as smooth as can be. But my drive shaft broke for a reason, and I think my front end may have locked up for a moment and caused the drive shaft to break. I don't know what caused it to break. Something did. Something forward of the drive shaft, because it broke right here at the U-joint. Here, hold on. I'll show you. See this? It broke on the other end of it. It broke the pin that's got that C-clip. It broke it. I mean, it did fall like 4 foot straight onto the front axle, so I can't blame it for breaking something. But that's okay. So I'll be back after this done, after I'm done putting it together, to give you an overview of all the things I've done, and, well, not even all the things I've done. Just, you know, say whatever and whatever. I'll be back. So for anybody wondering what I meant earlier when I said I'm going to break it in with my drill, or, you know, wear that grease into the places it needs to go with my drill, I meant I'm going to stick the axle in there and hold it and run it. That's what you do. You just run it until, I mean, it's already doing it. See, it's already bleeding, like it's bleeding water out right now. Look at that. That's a little bit of Vaseline and some water. It's already bleeding it out. Look at that. What do you know? Stuffing something full of grease helps push out shit. What do you know? I will do a in conclusion. So, in conclusion, when you buy Endura portal axles with the lockers, take them sumbitches apart and grease them up before you run them, because there's no fucking grease inside the portals. Anyways, yeah, she's back together, ready to rip, and way smoother. I mean, I can't even do that with this. I could before the motor was attached. Those fusions grab a lot. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.